some spot treatment on my face. I wanted to come on here. I've been very busy over the past week, and as you can see, the setup has changed. My spouse is moving out for a time, and that has been kind of difficult, I have to admit. But that's outside of the scope of this channel. I don't want to talk too much about it here, but it is important to let you know enough about what's going on that you know what to expect. I also started a new job at this nice little hospital that's up in Silmar, and the commute is good, and the pay will be good, and so I wanted to make sure that I was giving myself the proper time and energy to excel at that. So the video today is going to be a little bit shorter because I have to wake up really early tomorrow. My onboarding week, my training week, I'll be going in earlier, and then my normal time is going to be 6:30 in the morning. So that's a really good time to start work. And I'm going to purify and clear the space with my Florida water as usual. And we will start with the water sign of Cancer. So Cancer, if you would like, go ahead and set your intention. Whatever you would like to have come through in the reading. And if those things are stressful, again, just breathe in the divine white light of Source, and then exhale and release all of that tension. It will return to Source and it will be transmuted. So here in the past, Cancer, let me write down my timestamp. Here in the past, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed shows that you had completed some kind of long-term goal. This could have been at a job, but the Eight of Pentacles is about long-term career success and can apply to other jobs as well. Things that you do in your as hobbies, things that you're very passionate about, that you work at in your free time. Now, the implication of the Eight of Pentacles is that there is energy or money involved in that transaction. It also could have been that you thought you were going to be at a job for a long time, and you ended up leaving that job in some capacity, whether that was quitting, being laid off, etc. Here in the current situation, Cancer, we have the Magician, and this is Mercury's card, and of course Mercury is retrograde right now. I think it backed up all the way into Taurus at this point. Admittedly, my life is a little disjointed right now, and I am not quite sure where my Llewellyn planner is. I think I just found it. So, yeah, Mercury backed up all the way into Taurus. So things having to do with stability and comfort, communication about those things, working out logistics regarding those things. And the Magician card is crossed by the Two of Swords. So you've manifested something for yourself, Cancer, and now you have a choice to make. You have a decision to make between two different paths. But this is based on something that you yourself have manifested. It could have to do with the ending of whatever this job was, or whatever this long-term career goal was. Here in the MMCLI. So that's going to be all of the things in the current situation that are setting up for the destiny in the future. We have the Six of Wands, and it's showing up reversed. So that Six of Wands in the reverse is maybe there's something that you thought would be a victory for you, and it hasn't yet manifested. So there's a victory deferred, possibly denied, but mostly just deferred. Your perspective on this situation is the Three of Pentacles showing up in the reverse. So you might think that your professional reputation is not very good at this time, or it has been tarnished. And that could have to do with, like, if you had to leave a long-term job, maybe you feel like you can't use that as a reference now, or that you need to switch careers. The Three of Pentacles also has to do with group work, so there might have been a group project that went poorly, and it is kind of knocking your confidence down a bit. An outside person's perspective on the matter, we have the Knight of Wands reversed. So the Knight of Wands is a card about things happening quickly. It is fire energy, very close to elemental energy. And talks about things happening very quickly. So when we have this in the reverse, people from the outside looking in might perceive that things are moving kind of slowly with you, or that you are not moving very quickly, or even that you've lost your passion for something. Because here in the future, we also have the Page of Wands reversed. So there's a lot to do here with having lost your passion for something. And that would also have to do with this, leaving this behind. And this Six of Wands could even be a manifestation of losing your passion for something. Here in the Hopes and Fears, we have the Fool card. And the Fool card is upright, so you are looking forward to a new beginning. And I definitely see that here with the Magician and the Two of Swords. So these are all like associated with air energies because, of course, the planet Mercury is associated with air sign energy, Gemini. And the Fool card, you might also want to leave a lot of baggage behind you as well. especially having to do with these situations. Pentacles are earth sign energy, earth elemental energy, and therefore can be a little bit heavy also in these types of situations. Here in the midheaven, so that's going to be the result of this Six of Wands in the reverse. So feeling like there has been a victory deferred or denied. Cancer, that is going to force you to listen to your intuition on this matter, to really find your emotional center. That is what the Knight of Cups is doing here, and this card is upright, it is not in the reverse. So whereas you might have thought you were very passionate about something, you might need to be focusing more on emotionally what is actually right for you, and not as much what you're passionate about, because it looks like those options have kind of played out in a way that you did not care for, or that was not conducive to you. And the result of all of this, Cancer, your final outcome is the Eight of Swords reversed. And this card shows that you are going to be released from whatever bondage you currently find yourself in, Cancer. So best of luck with that. I am going to move on now to the sign of Scorpio. As I mentioned, the readings are going to be a little bit shorter today, and probably for the rest of the week I'm going to be keeping the readings a little bit shorter, just until I get into the hang of my new schedule. But if you do have personal questions, I do still do private readings. And you can get a private reading on paper also. It doesn't have to be a video. So we're going to move on to the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, if you would, go ahead and set your intention for the reading. And if there are things about this that are stressful for you, I invite you to gently breathe through that energy. Inhaling the divine light of Source and exhaling all of that stress and tension. It will be released to Source and it will be transmuted. Excuse me, I drank a kombucha right before I went live. That was on me. Okay, so Scorpio, let's start in the past. We have in the past for you the Knight of Pentacles, and this card is showing up in the upright, which tells me that an opportunity recently opened up for you financially, such that a lot of money is coming into you at this time, Scorpio, and that this situation is continuing into the current state of affairs. So that's even better. Not only did money start coming in the past, but it's still coming in. In the current situation, change of fortune for you, Scorpio. And even though overall this change of fortune is going to be to your benefit, there is still going to be some disappointment associated with it. Even when change is very good, we still have to let go of things that are no longer serving us, and that can be a painful process. So down in the MMC lie, this is going to be everything in the current situation that's setting up for the future. We have an ending to something, and this is going to be an ending that is wrapped up in a nice little package for you, Scorpio, with the Eight of Wands in the upright. So, as I mentioned, when cycles are switching over, a lot of things are ending, and those can lead to some disappointment. But overall, it's going to be very good, and we do have, of course, this money situation that is building for you. From your perspective on the current situation, we have the Hermit card, and it's reversed. So perhaps you had spent some time kind of in your own exile to commune with the higher power, to try to elevate the self to the best version of the self that you can be. And you've come out of that now, and it's time to go and be around people and be the best version of yourself that you can be, even when confronted with opinions that you don't agree with, and bad drivers and annoying friends. Well, maybe they're not your friends if they're annoying, but some people are very true-hearted friends and yet still very annoying, and we have to find ways to be compassionate to them as well. Here in the outside perspective, Scorpio, we have the Five of Swords and it's reversed. So somebody might perceive that you were on the losing end of a situation, or it might also be that someone perceives that they lost to you in some way. But if they perceive you to be on the losing end of a situation, that doesn't necessarily mean that they feel like they won. So if that makes sense, either people perceive that, especially because we have that Five of Cups crossing the Wheel of Fortune, people might perceive that there's been a loss in your life, even if they weren't the agent of that loss. But for some of you, it might also be that other people feel like they have lost out in some way to you. In the future, Scorpio, we have the Justice card reversed. So this could be a potential energy, and that in order to bring the Justice card upright, that there's still some things that need to unfold or things that need to be taken care of. The Justice card is also Libra energy, so this could be coping with a Libra or a court case. It could be warning you about a court case. Hi, Savannah. I did Cancer just before this. The readings are going to be a little bit shorter this week, but I'll put timestamps down in the description when I've finished the live stream. And I'm glad that you came to the live stream today. Thank you very much. So here in your hopes and fears, Scorpio, we have the Four of Cups. Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you, Savannah. And it's in the reverse. You might feel like you waited too long for something, but this is just how you feel about it. It doesn't reflect the reality of the situation. You might feel like you waited too long to put yourself back out into a situation, for example. But because it's showing up in your hopes and fears, that's just your perception. and it is not the reality. Here in the midheaven, this is going to be the result of this ending with the Eight of Wands. We have the Emperor showing up here, and that shows you, Scorpio, taking control in this situation, especially if you have Aries in your chart. Well, everybody has Aries because of the houses. So if you know your ascendant house, your first house, you can find out what house Aries is in for you, and you can look at those traits, and that might tell you what you are gaining control over in the future, but it could just be gaining control over the situation in general, because we do have the Wheel of Fortune is a very good card to get in the place of the significator. And it does show fortune turning to your favor. And this shows that the outcome is going to be very favorable, very stable, and that you are going to be in control of it. Now, the final outcome card for your reading. This is about warnings. This is also about things to keep in mind. We have this poverty mentality, this feeling of lack, and this can manifest in many different aspects of your life. It doesn't just have to be financial. It can be the idea that you are not good at making friends, for example, right? We have the Hermit reversed, so that would make sense. It can be about feeling like you don't have the options available that you want, because we do have the Four of Cups coming out here too. Hi, Divine Nation. Thank you for coming. It's so good to see you. So, instead of focusing on the parts of your life where you are currently experiencing lack and disappointment, it's going to be crucial for you to focus on the areas of your life where things are turning to your favor. Alright, so that is going to conclude the Scorpio reading for this week. And now I am going to go right into Pisces. As I've mentioned before in the video, just in case you're joining me now, I'm going to move a little more quickly in the videos this week, and that way I can make sure that I'm getting adjusted to my new schedule. I did start working, and so I want to make sure that I'm able to keep up with all my responsibilities, and that includes getting a good night of rest so that I don't injure myself or compromise anything on the job site. So Pisces, if you would like to go ahead and set your intention for the reading, and if there is anything that is troubling you, gently breathe through that energy. As you inhale, draw deep within you the divine white light of Source. And then as you exhale, just sigh out any of that tension or discomfort. It will return to Source, and it will be transmuted. So Pisces, the card that I have in your past is the Page of Swords. and it's in the upright, so it's possible that you've started taking some kind of classes, or that you have started researching something, or that you're trying to get information about something. The Page of Swords is about manifesting information. So it can be about taking classes, it can be about going to school, it can be about researching, it can be about trying to find out information about different things. And it's in the upright and in the past. So you started looking into this in the past, but you have continued to grow this body of knowledge into the current situation. And Pisces, your energy of water sign energy is showing up very strongly in the place of the significator. So we have the Queen of Cups here. That's water of water energy. And then we also have the Ten of Cups here, crossing the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups, still waters run deep. She's somebody who nurtures and cares for others, but keeps her own emotions and motivations largely hidden. And this being crossed by the Ten of Cups, this can be an emotional cycle completing of some kind. So this can be a completion of something within a relationship. It can even be the completion of a relationship itself. But it is emotional satiety, and it has to do with a happy family and a happy life. So here in the MMCLI, that's going to be the foundation of what we end up looking at in the destiny, the goal or destiny. This is everything in the current situation that's going to lead up to that. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse here. So even though your cup of emotional fulfillment runneth over, you might feel as though, as far as your financial growth is concerned, that you are not progressing as quickly with that. Or that might be what's going on right now, is that your finances are not growing very quickly. I also have here, from your perspective, the Six of Pentacles. So you could be borrowing money at this time, Pisces, or the amount of money going out could be greater than the amount of money coming in. And it's okay for that to be the case from time to time. That's just how it goes. From an outside perspective, looking in on this situation, we do have the Seven of Wands, and it is in the reverse. So an outside person's perspective on the situation is that maybe you've been knocked down from this vantage point. Maybe you were in a really good position at a point in the past, and for whatever reason that you have, just for a time, lost that advantage. And that would be, here, wands have to do with your passions. But then the pentacles, of course, would be the financial aspects of that as well. So you could have even been involved in a creative type job, and maybe that contract ended, or you got laid off or something, and now you've decided to go back and continue your education or get certified in something. Here in the future, we have the Page of Cups. So that's excellent. That is some kind of offer coming into you. And the Page of Cups, the fish in that cup, fish in cartomancy, so the Lenormand and tarot and stuff like that, fish can mean money. So Page of Cups can be an emotional offer, but it can also be an offer of a job or finances. Page of Pentacles, and we'll get to that, is more like offer of a job. But I don't want to get ahead of myself because the Page of Pentacles is also in this reading, okay? So from your hopes and fears, is showing up in the upright. So you desire completion to something. You desire stability. This is a card associated with, of course, elemental earth energy, but also with the planet Saturn, which is a very slow moving and very established and concrete planet. And we have all of the fixed signs here on this card, Pisces. So a mutable sign desiring that fixed sign energy. So now we do have the Page of Pentacles, and it is showing up in your midheaven position, which is the goal or destiny of this situation. And it's going to be the result of this temporary financial setback that you're currently experiencing, that we're seeing with the Queen of Pentacles and with the Six of Pentacles here. So as I mentioned when I was talking about the Page of Cups, that the Page of Pentacles is more directly a job offer. This is also earth energy. So bringing material wealth, material possessions down from the ideation state and making them concrete on the physical plane. And the final outcome for your reading, Pisces, is the Tower, but the Tower is showing up in the reverse. So if you are currently going through all of the worst case scenarios in your head as far as your future is concerned, that is not what is going to happen. This could be about a crisis narrowly averted for you, Pisces, as a matter of fact. That rather than having the tower burn down, perhaps there's just a bit of demolition work that makes room for the remodel. So that is going to conclude the tarot readings for the water signs tonight. And as I mentioned, they are going to be a little bit shorter today just because I want to make sure that I'm able to integrate everything seamlessly into my schedule, including a good night's rest. So